What's up, guys? Joey here, back at it again. Hope you all having a good day. In this video, I'm going to break down how I managed to only take a $219 loss after having 9 green days in a row. Still up $776.58. Still working towards that 3K goal to get that 50K funded account. But I ain't faced by no small little loss today, honestly, guys. I had 9 green days in a row. I can't complain. So, yeah, let's just start. So, we had an open range high sitting around 18,073 flat. Oh, 73, sorry. And then we had an open range low sitting around 18,019. We had actually, on the 1 day time frame, I had noticed that 18,018 was acting as a valid support for the previous 2 days. So, honestly, looking back into this trade, if there's anything I could have done, I could have honestly just been more patient, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. But yeah, so we traded sideways. We really didn't move that much. We really weren't making higher highs or higher lows, lower lows, anything like that. We were consolidating a lot for about 15 minutes from right here to right here. But once we finally got that break below the EMA, we had a strong push down, even broke below the open range support. And then as we started to form a new support at around 983, my goal was basically this is what I was hoping for, guys. As you guys know, I from time to time will use that 15-minute open range breakout strategy. So basically, I'll wait for a break. I'll wait for a break below, and then I'll wait for an open, and then I'll wait for a retest to validate it as the new resistance. And that's what I thought we were getting right here. And so once we started testing this area around 018, I decided, hey, I'm going to go short. We're not pushing above it. We're consolidating. I'm fine with that. So this is my lower high. And we just kept consolidating. And this trade was actually the longest trade I have been in probably 2 to 3 weeks. I was in this trade for a total of 13 minutes to be exact. So basically, like after like 1 or 2 minutes, I'll say around 10:24 is when I went short. And I actually got out at around 10:38 simply because that's when we actually had our first real bullish green candle break above the EMA. And at that point, guys, I was starting to touch like that $200 loss area. And I really just didn't see a point of letting myself lose anymore, especially because at the end of the day, I do feel like I did hold on to this trade a little bit too long in my preference. I do, because and the reason why is because there was no continuation on the downside. Don't get me wrong, for a few seconds I was in the green when we got down to 010. I was up maybe 60 $75, but honestly I was waiting for it to hit new lows. And because we kept consolidating and we weren't making any higher highs, nothing like that, I really direction was in a way still going in my favor. But looking back at it, I should have just got out and taken whether if it's taking profits at $10 or breaking even or even losing $20, that would have been so much better than losing $219. But at the end of the day, guys, by the time that 13 minutes was up and we finally started to have that nice break above that EMA, I said, hey, you know what? I don't know how much more it could go up before, whether if it's a break of pattern or if it starts to recover, anything like that. So in a way, I just said, hey, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm going to live to see another day tomorrow. And I always got tomorrow. Still up like $107 this week. So that's pretty nice. I'm pretty happy about that. But one thing I want to make clear is I got out at around 028. We did end up pushing up to 038. So that would have probably been, it's like what, $20 for every 25 cents Nasdaq moves. So an extra $10 would have probably been, I probably would have ended up at this point, if I would have really held on before we had this nice little dip right here, I probably would have been down $350 to $400, guys. And at the end of the day, I just wasn't willing to lose that, and so that's why I decided to cut losses and decided to walk away and journal my trades. And looking back at it, seeing that the 18,018 was acting as a valid support for the last 2 days on the 1 day time frame for Nasdaq futures, I should have I should have paid more attention to that, and not like I should have acknowledged it more. I should have been like, okay, hey, this is an area where if we break below, it's gonna be hard for us to break above. And for instance, I mean, Look what happened the moment the market opened. We touched it and bounced right off. And so at the end of the day, guys, I did miss out on some green. We did end up selling off a little bit, breaking below that EMA, breaking below that moving average. I really wish I would have got in on this, but at the end of the day, I'm sticking to one trade a day, waiting for direction to be clear. And honestly, at the end of the day, direction was clear. You know, we had a break below the EMA. We made new lows on the day. We were hitting a lower high. I had every reason to go short on this trade. I really did. But again, I got out at around 028 and we ended up getting pushed up to 038. So I wasn't fine with losing 350 to $400. It wasn't worth it to me. Especially because I have been taking profits way too soon lately and only been making like 195 to around $120 a trade. So this like, $120 on my average profit compared to like, 350 loss, the risk just wasn't worth it in my eyes. So yeah. And go lie to you guys though. I did keep myself from breaking one of the biggest rules and averaging up in the worst way possible. When I saw that we kept getting rejected at this EMA right here, and even right here, excuse me. When I saw that we were getting rejected, there was a big part of me that just wanted to add on another position size just to give myself a better average price. So that way I could basically broken even. But at the end of the day, I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I got out when I did. And honestly, I'm glad I walked away and I showed great discipline and great patience today. Direction was in my favor. It just at the end of the day, we consolidated for almost 15 minutes. And at the end of the day, if there's no continuation on your side, whether if you're going long or short, there's no reason to stay into the trade. Because the longer you stay into the trade, when there's no continuation on your side, the more risk there is. And so I'm not really stressed about this $219 loss. And to be honest with you guys, I'm sort of like, it's weird. Like I'm a little relieved. I want to be honest with you guys. I, I like having, 5, 6 green days in a row. That's nice. But like once I have like 7, 8 green days in a row, I start to get anxious. I start to feel like, I was talking to my buddy earlier today, and I was like, I feel like I'm going on this like roller coaster, and I'm just going higher and higher and higher with every single green day. But I know, like, I know like the fall is gonna be hard, and I know the loss could have been so much more, and so that's why I feel like 100 pounds just got lifted off my chest. The past few days, I've been extremely anxious. I think that's why I had a really small day on Monday and yesterday. And honestly, I can't wait to get back at it tomorrow. That's the thing about trading that I love more than anything is I get to journal these trades, I get to review what I could have done differently, and just at the end of the day, I had great patience. Direction was in my favor. I had every reason to go into this trade, but I definitely should have acknowledged that 18 was a valid support, and that if it was going to act as a valid support, that it was most likely going to end up acting as a valid resistance. But it is what it is, guys. I live to see another day. I always got tomorrow. You guys always got tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you did, like and subscribe. If you guys got any questions, comment below. I love interacting with you guys. I appreciate it as always. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you all have a good day.